She thinks it's funny that he goes off on me and tells me, F you, and all that. I'm sorry, he's 11 years old.
I'm not cheating. She just got caught cheating, and that's her issue.
And grabbed my head like I was about to suck some invisible d that triggers my PTSD very bad.
Her mom and dad did some pretty up shit to her as a kid.
On September 2nd, 2023, officers responded to a residence following a report of a verbal altercation between a married couple over their son. When one tried to separate the mother from yelling in the child's face, the two wives got into a physical fight.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
She's the one that called.
Okay.
The one in the pink.
Who called?
My mom.
Okay.
I had one call. Your officer, someone told me there was a second call from here.
Probably me trying to call.
Okay. Whose car is this?
Mine.
Yours?
Well,
Mine.
ours.
You guys? Who
I
lives,
was
who
actually
lives
just
here?
getting ready to.
All three of
all
us.
three of us that do.
Okay.
And my son.
How are you guys related?
We're married.
Okay.
Going through a
That's my
divorce.
mom.
Okay.
And they have us.
We have an 11-year-old son.
Okay. What was going on?
She's in his face screaming at him.
No,
Like
because
screaming, bloody murder in his face. So once she finally took his tablet from him, took his phone, the phone's in my name. I said, give him the phone back.
okay,
It's in
and I
my
did.
name, you can't take it. She finally did. She's still screaming at him. He's upset with the situation. He wants to yell back. I said, just close your door right now. I told him lock the door so she couldn't get in his face. But I didn't even realize he doesn't have a
I'm
lock.
gonna have you go talk to that officer over there, okay?
I didn't even
What's your
realize.
Laura.
Laura, go talk to that officer over there.
I didn't
Okay?
even realize he didn't have a lock on his door. But I needed to get in the shower. And I didn't feel safe with how she was acting with him. So I said, lock your door. He doesn't have it. She starts screaming at me, elbowing me, because I'm telling him to lock his door. You can't make him lock his door. You can't lock him in there. I said, the lock's on his side. Come find out. He doesn't have one. Next thing you know, she just grabbed me by the hair and fucking ripped it.
Me and Randy are fighting because she has an alcohol problem. So we started off fighting this morning, verbally fighting, and then my son decides we have an 11-year-old son. We all live here. I took his phone and I took his tablet because I'm sorry, I gave birth to him. He is my son. I don't care if that she adopted him. I don't care. He's being very disrespectful to me as a parent. So I told him he's grounded. Well, she gets all up in the mix and says, oh, well, the phone's in my name. Give him the phone back. Cody, lock your door. She went to attempt to reach around to lock his door and then close it behind her. So I'm trying to pull her off. She ends up elbowing me right here, whatever. But then she wants to scream, oh my God, call the police.
Okay, so
She likes to claim a little
she
victim.
was trying to lock the door, which was behind you.
Which would have locked my son's room initially with him in it.
Okay, and that was behind you, so she was reaching around you, or
No,
behind
she was
her?
in front of me trying to lock it, and I went and tried to tell her, do not lock him in his room. Why are you going to lock him in his room? And then she makes a big old scene. Oh my God! Mom, call the cops!
Okay.
So really,
Do you have a ID on you?
I do.
How long y'all been married for?
6 years. We've been together for 10 years now.
Okay. Are there any weapons in the household?
No, she's been screaming at me outside all morning. She needs mental help. I tried to get it for her yesterday, but they come to,
What's a good phone number for you?
Now she has a lot of friends. She's a bar manager up at the VFW. So she has quite a few different friends that she could go stay with, and she's refusing to do so. Now, I don't have anyone that I know that I can stay with to get away, to calm the situation. So really, she's the one that she knows that when the situation gets a little too heated between us, that she has other places that she can go to cool down. And normally she usually goes up to the VFW and then comes home annihilated.
So she usually work like thirds or something, or
No,
she just get
well,
back, or?
she kind of works first and second shift. And then I lost my job at Campbell's on second shift. So that really hasn't helped our situation much, because now she thinks that whatever little amount that she does bring in is sufficient enough.
Okay, how long have you two been living together?
For like the past 10 years.
Have incidences like this occurred prior, or is this the first time something like this has happened?
This really feels like this is like the first time like this has really like happened to this extent, and for her mom to call. Now her mom's a big instigator in the household too.
Okay.
So I'm kind of faced a little bit of a 2-on-1 situation.
How long has your son been under their care?
Ever since he can remember.
Okay.
Since he's been 2.
Gotcha. And do you
It's not that easy just to get up and leave.
And do you still have like parental guardianship over your son, or is that?
No, like
Okay.
I've always
So
had
that's
full custody,
entire-
and like she's
Yeah.
the adoptive parent. Like she has fully adopted him.
Okay. So you have custody. But
And now,
they're
see, she
adopted.
won't say, like, if he sticks up for me, she will, completely go off on him. Like, but now when the roles are reversed, oh, no. She thinks it's funny that he goes off on me and tells me, F you, and all that. I'm sorry, he's 11 years old. He's not going to tell me, F me. Mm-hmm. And you just stand by and think that that's okay. That's not a parent. Sorry. But, no, it's not. And I don't approve of that at all.
Okay.
And so when I want to take away things because now I'm telling him he's grounded and you undermine me, now we're going to have a whole different issue.
So what caused you to want to ground him?
Well, because he's saying me, he's calling me a fat ass.
Prior arguments. And,
Right. He's 11 years old.
yeah.
Like, I don't know how most 11-year-olds act, but mine sure the hell's not going to act like that.
There's not really marks, but that was from her elbow, and then she just grabbed up my hair.
Key point, like in the area.
Right here.
Did some of it come out?
Probably a little bit, not a lot, no. I had just gotten under the shower head when I heard her going up, screaming at him again, so I just jumped out, threw a towel on me. What is the deal? And she's in his face. Ah!
Why was she initially going after him?
Because she was going after me, telling me what a fat, lazy piece of shit I was, to go and sleep around, whatever. And he said, Mom, stop. And she turned around and, you're not gonna tell me. And just didn't stop on him. And I said, you've got to quit. So I finally got him separated, and then I'm trying to close the door. And I said, just lock your door so I can get a shower. He doesn't have a lock. I didn't know that. But at least that way I felt there's something in between them at that point. And then she goes, you can't lock him in there. I'm not locking anybody in anywhere. For one thing, I thought there was a lock and it would have been on his side. I'm not locking him in. And she just goes nuts. And I know why that tripped her up, because she used to get locked in rooms as a kid, but I'm not locking him in there. So she went nuts on me. And then she was in the bathroom going through my phone, and I said, give me my phone now. And she comes out after me, fist raised up, throws the phone at me. You're a cheater. Takes one to know one. I'm not cheating. She just got caught cheating, and that's her issue. And she just lost her job. We're down to almost nothing. And she knows that, so she's tripping out. But she's bipolar. She's supposed to be on medication. She's not taking it right. I don't know what's wrong with her. She needs help. I tried to tell the cops this yesterday. She needs mental help. But I get when they came to talk to her, if she just says, I'm fine, then she's fine. She's not fine. And she's been out front screaming at me all morning.
Okay, so she comes out of the bathroom, then what happens?
That's when she came after me and grabbed my hair up. And I told my mom, call the police. I'm done. As you can see, he doesn't even have a lock. I didn't even know that. Because my door has a lock on it. So I was just telling him to lock it for his safety right now.
And what brought you all out here? If that was happening all inside.
Well, because she wanted to wake me up by asking if Cody could go somewhere up in Michigan with her brother, so his uncle and his aunt and his cousin, and I said no, because she wants to belittle me about losing my job.
And that
So
brought
she
you
should
outside?
be able to afford to take us to places. But don't make that Campbell's money anymore, so...
How long you guys been married for?
10 years.
You guys been married 10 years? Okay,
Well, not 10 years, but we've been together 10 years. We've been married since 2017.
Okay, all right. What happened leading up to everything that us getting out here?
It all started with her brother, I guess, calling her and asking if Cody can go somewhere up in Michigan. Who knows how far up in Michigan? I mean, Michigan is, you know, a pretty substantial, lengthy state. I'm sorry, but no. Like, you're not telling me any details. I'm not just sending my son with no details. Well, then she tells me, oh, either up to Coldwater or somewhere. You know what? No. no, I'm sorry, but you should be able to afford this stuff because you want to bash me because I lost my job. Well, let's see how well your job's paying. After you want to harass me and constantly show up to my job and stalk me and tell my coworkers to stop talking to me.
Okay, let's get back to right here.
Anyway, so I said no. Well, once again, she wants to bash me about my job. I said, okay, well, then how about you? Why can't you afford to take us? Anyway, so get in the house. My son is saying F you to me. He's calling me a fat piece of shit. I'm sorry. No. My son is not going to speak like that, and she thinks it's so funny that he does, but when, roles are reversed, and he's sticking up for me, she doesn't like that very much. Like, I've had to split them up physically. He's 11.
Where's your son at?
In the house.
In the house? Okay.
He's biologically my son.
Okay.
So, no, I told him he's grounded. Took his phone, took his tablet. Oh, she went off about that. No support whatsoever. She's like, no, give him back his phone. The phone's in my name. Okay, whatever, fine. Here's the phone. Well, then she's like, here's my room and then here's his room. She goes across and she's like, Cody, lock your door. And as she's doing so, she's locking his door and about to shut it. So I'm literally taking the door open and I'm grabbing her and saying, don't you lock him in his room. Like, I don't care if her mom wants to sit here and be an old smartass and say, oh, well, the lock's from the inside of the door. You're still essentially locking him in his room once you shut that door. I'm not okay with that. Oh, and then she wants to, oh, Mom, call the cops. Really? So then here you guys are.
Okay. Did you pull her hair?
No.
No?
No.
She's got a patch of hair missing on the top of her head. Did you elbow her?
Well, I went to pick up my cigarette after she swat out of my hand, and then grabbed my head like I was about to suck some invisible dick.
Wait, how's that again?
I'm sorry, she's a female.
Oh, yeah?
But when you grab my head, like, I'm about to suck some invisible
Okay, so you're
dick.
saying that she grabbed your hair?
Yeah, and so when I went to get her off, my elbow, I think it was right here, hit her. But I'm sorry, don't touch my head and don't make those gestures at me. Because I have a very valid reason on why that's a trigger. Like, that triggers my PTSD very bad.
Just a moment, please.
Yeah, she's going to need to be arrested. All right, Laura, you're going to have to put the cigarette down. You're under arrest for domestic violence. Go turn around, put your hands behind your back. I'm going to take your purse off here.
Oh, can I at least put my phone in there?
Yeah.
You got anything else in your pockets or anything like that?
Nope.
No? Okay.
You just want me to sit the person?
Just take it back to the office with her. Just transport it properly.
Hope you're getting a show.
Just go slow, watch your head, okay? Can we go inside, sit down and talk? Like at the kitchen table?
I never wanted to see her get in trouble. I just wanted to get help.
Did you say that we were just out here?
Yesterday, I went down and asked for them to do a welfare check.
Can we sit down here at the table? Is that okay? And that was from being elbowed? Or that was, okay. Okay, but I do see a patch of hair missing.
Yeah, right around there.
Yeah.
It's always been.
Okay, that's not from
her.
Okay.
Nope.
Can you point to the area where
Right
you
here.
feel it? Okay, it was right there?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think you require an ambulance or anything?
No.
Okay. Going to be a bunch of paperwork I got to give you.
And I don't want a victim's advocate.
You don't?
No.
Okay.
I don't.
Okay.
Because
that's
they're
up to you.
worthless here in town. I'm dealing with one for sexual assault right now.
Okay.
I'm going to slide this way.
Alright.
So when I remove the cuffs from this hand, you're going to put your left hand up against the wall. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right. Just going to pull your back of your shirt forward. Make sure there's nothing on your waistband. All right. All right. There you go. And then just sit tight. I'll be right back in a minute.
Alright.
You requesting a protection order? A temporary protection order? No?
No.
Okay.
And you said your son was here for when this happened?
Yeah.
Has she ever threatened to use a weapon against you or anything like that?
No.
Okay. Do you think she might try to kill you?
No. My concern is she's going to try and kill herself.
Has she ever tried to choke you?
No.
Or is she violently or consistently jealous, or does she control most of your daily activities?
That's a hard one. I want to say no, but yeah.
Have you left her or separated after living together or being married?
No.
Has she ever tried to kill herself?
She had a plan to and was admitted at the hospital back in 2015.
Does she follow or spy on you or leave threatening messages?
No. It's weird you ask that. She said she was going to come sit and watch me at work tonight, and I said, no, you're not. You're not doing that. Mm-hmm. But she never has, no.
Is there anything that worries you about her safety?
Just that she's made comments that she's going to kill herself. She has no friends. She has no family. Now she has no job. The only thing she's got left is him. Apparently not me. Probably the lowest point I've ever seen her at. Are they able to get her meds to her out there? Or?
Yeah, when she goes in, she'll sit down with a nurse and they do a screening, and they talk about like all that stuff, and they'll do like if she's whatever medications that she might need, they would take care of that out there.
Okay.
How long ago you said she lost her job recently?
Yeah, beginning of August.
Beginning of August?
First week she took it fine, and then she just snapped, and then she was fine again.
Where was she working at?
Campbell's.
Okay.
Yeah. So she's still fighting to get her job back, but that's not happening, and I'm trying to tell her that. You need to find something else that's not happening. Mm-hmm. She runs her mouth.
And then she just elbowed you as you went by? Okay.
Yeah.
I have a question for you.
Oh, just give me a minute, bud. I'll talk to you in just a minute, though. Let me finish.
Alright, I was gonna ask if you could tell him that can he tase me?
What?
Can he tase you?
No.
No way.
We don't tase kids.
Dang. Kid's crazy.
All right, so you were going out to smoke.
Yeah.
She came up when she elbowed you.
Yeah. So then we both were out there smoking. She's yelling at me. I'm just smoking a cigarette, and then I said, I gotta go get in the shower.
What is she shouting? What is she yelling when you guys are out
I
there?
got videos of it. She's just telling me that I'm a fat, lazy piece of shit. Probably everything she's telling herself right now.
Being so cool yesterday?
Well, it's like 5 of them.
You need to quit screaming. I'm gonna
This is
have
from
you
the
so stressed out all fucking day to where you won't make shit. And I'll be up there watching your every fucking move. You won't be up there. I will be up there. Well, you'll be escorted out. I didn't say anything about going in now, did I? You'll be escorted off the property.
Oh, talking about going off to work?
Yeah, because I was bar manager at the BFW.
But I'll be sure to watch every motherfucker that comes in there who leaves. You're doing. You don't gotta watch me. If you don't want to be married to me, you don't need to worry about me. Yeah, you know what? That's right. I don't need to worry about this.
So that happened out here in the driveway?
Yeah, in the garage.
Okay.
And she started freaking out. My mom called. She started freaking out. You could see it hit her like, holy shit, I'm going to jail. Mm-hmm. She was in her pajamas. She goes, I better get dressed so I can go to jail. And I said, it's not going to matter. They have clothes there for you. Mm-hmm. And she starts crying. And I know she was trying to be like, stop calling, stop. No, you need help. You need to get gone. I don't know. And then you guys showed up. She paced back and forth. She real quick threw clothes on, paced back and forth. And I said, go smoke a cigarette while you can. I said, because they're on their way. And she goes, yeah, whatever. And she grabbed her purse and keys, and she was going to leave. Mm-hmm. As she was walking out the door, she goes, I'll drive myself there. I think she didn't really think my mom called. I go, you don't have to drive yourself there. They're coming. And, like, I think that's what hit her, like, oh, shit, when she walked out and seen me out there. And, I mean, I wasn't trying to be mean to her at that point. I meant, go smoke a cigarette, because I know what's going to happen. And she realized it, too, right after that. But it's got to stop.
Going back to the first thing, the elbowing, what do you think her intention was when she elbowed you?
Just to be a bitch. I don't think she was trying to hurt me at that point. I think she was just trying to show her weight and show that she's some badass that she's not.
The pulling of the hair, what do you think the intent was?
Honestly, knowing her, I think that was like mama bear instincts coming up, trying to protect him.
Trying to protect Cody?
Yeah, I think so. Because, like I said, of having her past, having known her, I think she just went back to being a child locked in a room and felt that that's what I was doing to him. I know it sounds crazy, but I think it was like a PTSD instinct thing, like, and that was the only part, maybe my head, since I was linked between them. Okay. Honestly, that's the way I'm looking at it, though. Like, her mom and dad did some pretty fucked up shit to her as a kid, and that's what she was saying when I told him to lock the door. After that, she goes, lock him in a room. I didn't say I'm locking him in a room. I said lock the door.
and then but when she grabbed a hold of your hair, what would you think her intent was toward you?
To get me out of his room.
Okay. Do you think she was trying to hurt you when she did that?
I don't think she was trying to, no.
Okay.
But she did. What'd you see?
Fighting, yelling.
Who was fighting?
Like Randy was like defending, and Mom was fighting.
Did you get involved in it at all, or?
Kind of.
Kind of. How did that happen?
She just started yelling at me, and then I started yelling back. And then,
Do you remember what she said?
no,
Do you remember what you said?
no.
No. Okay. Monday is Labor Day,
Yeah.
so she will not get seen till Tuesday.
Yeah.
Okay. Court's not open Monday, and it's gonna end up being domestic violence and endangering children. And on a DV, you cannot be bonded out. You have to see the judge before you could possibly get out.
Okay.
So she won't get seen till Tuesday morning.
All right.
Thank you, bud.
Yep. Have a good day.
You too. If you're the advocate thing or whatever, you can call the office and ask me. So.
Thank you.
I work day shift, so. All right.
Since you're under arrest, you do have the right to remain silent. Anything that you're saying you can and will be used in court of law. All right, do you understand that? All right. If you'd like to, you can give a written statement. It's completely up to you if you'd like to. It's voluntary. No. All right. You need anything right now? Water, something like that?
Okay, thank you.
All right.
The woman was charged with endangering children and DV.